Repost if you love your dad. One girl didn't, and her dad died 2 months? This thing looks like it's been left sitting in an easy bake oven for a few years. It's so cooked through that the text started to evaporate. You see, old paper documents like the Constitution get water damage and erosion. Digital documents get deep fried. Hi again, guys, and how many of you brainlets have been on the internet long enough to be around when repost this soon or you will die chainmail was a thing? I was in middle school on my little DeviantArt account, I will not be elaborating on that, where those things would get passed around like drugs on a playground. And every time I saw one, I was in genuine fear for my life. I thought if I didn't act fast, either me or my poor, non-existent mother would suffer the wrath of hell for it. Looking back at these, I'm reminded how dumb me as a 12-year-old was. This stuff is comedy. So today, let's take some time to cope with our childhood trauma and laugh at the stuff we used to think would kill us. If you enjoy this video, there will be this big card at the end that takes you to another one like it. And did you know that only like a fifth of you guys are subscribed with notifications on? That really hurts my feelings. Please consider subscribing and hitting the bell, or you will die in a week. Seriously though, it would mean a lot. It's free, takes 2 seconds, and you can always change your mind if you decide you hate me. Also, apologies in advance to you guys, because if I end up being wrong about this whole chainmail being fake thing, you are gonna have a lot of messages to send today. I will have gotten you like mega fucked by the end of this video. Since you have read this, you will be told good news tonight. If you don't, your worst week starts. You know, if something like this were to make the rounds today, then I'm not sure if people my age would be able to tell if it was a joke or not. If you add a few more crying laughing emojis and a reference to somebody's nuts, this seems like the type of thing that would get posted ironically to Joko's Instagram page. If you open this, you will get kissed, hugged, or asked out tomorrow. But if you break this chain, a girl named Carmen Winstead will be in your bathroom and inside your walls tonight. Alright, listen, if this Carmen fellow wants to live in my walls, she's gonna have to share. I've already got a few friends that I've heard crawling inside of them that she'd have to share real estate with. Also, she's helping pay rent. There is no free housing in my nation state. You have 15 minutes to send this to 30 friends. That's an average of 1 friend every 30 seconds. Considering it's 30 total, some of that time is gonna have to go towards making new ones, because I definitely do not have that many right now. This is just an unreasonable ask, and it seems like the person doing the killing here just wanted an easy out. They wanted to be able to say, hey, I gave them a chance to live, they just didn't take it. Listen, if you want to murder me, then just murder me. It's really bad, full stop. Don't make excuses for why it's okay to do it, just do it, pussy. Hi, my name is Carmen Winstead. Goofy ass name. Why is every ghost that tries to murder me named Carmen? At least this one remembered to capitalize their own first name. Poor grammar really brings me out of the horror immersion. I'm 17 years old. I am very similar to you. Did I mention to you that I'm dead? Listen, we're not the same. Being dead and wishing I was dead are very different. A few days ago, a group of girls pushed me down a sewer hole to try and embarrass me. When I didn't come back up, the police came. The girls said that I had fell and everyone believed them. Well, I mean, yeah, they're cops. You can't exactly expect them to do a thorough job. I had a broken neck and my face was torn off. Send this message to 15 people after you read the whole thing if you value your life. A boy called David received this message. He just laughed and deleted it. When he was in the shower, he heard laughing. My laughter? Do you want to explain why you were watching a young boy shower, Carmen? It seems like the police need to be on your case for more than just your murder. This is Katie Doors, at least I think it is. I can barely read the damn thing. She took this picture at 6:16 p.m. September 2nd, 2014. Her dead body was found at 6:37. Hey, that's the same day the Revel Casino in Atlantic City closed for the first time. It's probably not a coincidence. I'm onto you, Chris Christie. Also, the turnaround time on finding that body is crazy. The police put in way more work for Katie than they did for my homie Carmen. There was no one else in the house when she took the picture, and that's picture without an eye. That's important. Police cannot identify the girl in the background. She saw you read this. Repost or she will pay you a visit. Well, you know, I might just have a lead for those police. Isn't that right, person who made this picture without an eye? It sounds like you know what the girl in the background is up to at all times, including when she finds out someone reads the chainmail. The FBI just wanted to kindly ask you where you were on September 2nd, 2014 between 6:16 and 6:37 p.m. Now, God knows, trust me, there is a lot more like those, but some people eventually thought to fight back against the chainmail menace. Oftentimes, this was by making their own poorly worded PSAs that they wanted shared around in the same way. Please stop posting scary chainmail on Pinterest. Listen, if you fell for chainmail on Pinterest, then you had whatever curse was attached to it coming. Chainmail can be scary and annoying to some people, so please stop. It shows up on my homepage almost every day. Most of it's scary. Thanks for reading and delete all chainmail you have posted. Also, all of it's fake. I love the part where they say chainmail is annoying to some people. Like there's just a large group of folks out there who just see chainmail showing up on their timeline, threatening to kill themselves if they don't repost it, and they're like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. And they just carry on with their day without a second thought. Now that was an awareness thing, but some people sought to counter chainmail threats entirely. They'd make these protection chain messages that you would share like the bad chain messages, but that claim to protect protect you from all the bad ones. This is Safety Kitty. If you repost Safety Kitty, you are safe from all chainmail and scary posts. I don't know. That cat looks incredibly stompable. I could probably take it in a fight. I just don't think it would stand a chance against any supernatural threats. The thing with these posts, the thing with the protection messages getting made though, is that it was just an escalation of force. It's like the nuclear arms race, where each side is trying to make more powerful missiles to outpace the other. But the difference here is that at the end of the day, chainmail was always just people making shit up. So when the protection post became common enough, chainmail threats adapted, and they just said, well, actually, this particular message even works through immunity posts, so you'll still actually die if you don't repost. And then immunity posts had to say they covered even that second level of chainmail too. It was a whole thing. It was the equivalent of when you were on the playground with your friends where you're all just one-upping each other. I'm the most powerful character. Well, my new one's even more powerful than your new one. Yeah, well, my new character has infinity power. Yeah, well, mine has infinity power +1. That wasn't even a joke. That was just the exact conversation I had at least 12 times in 4th grade. It's the fact that these things evolved so quickly that makes me wonder about the origins of them to begin with. Who was the first person who went, yeah, I want to make tweens think they're gonna die? And it turns out it's from something before the internet. And it originally started out as mailing scam. Chainmail used to be physical chainmail. Crazy. Pyramid schemes would send them to a bunch of people in hopes that those people would send them out to more people and they could just farm cash that way. The same methods evolved to be used in emails when the internet came around, and eventually they popped up onto web communities like MySpace and DeviantArt, like the one I said I was in that I will still not be explaining. When they made it to these internet communities, I assume is when they started to take on the urban legend shtick that I and you probably know them best for. Funny enough, they even continue to evolve to this day, because chain messages live on in the form of fucking TikToks. People have been making videos saying, use this sound and you'll have good luck, or the reverse, where using a sound will get you brutally murdered. Tell you what, I find all this new stuff interesting, like the new versions of things I grew up with. So if this video gets 40,000 likes, I'll do a video looking specifically at TikTok chainmail type shit. I will put myself onto the cutting edge of some shit I thought I had finally left in my past for the sake of content. Tomorrow, 2 boys will say, can I have your number, or do you have a boyfriend? Send this to 15 nice, beautiful girls, or bad luck starts for a whole year. This is not fake? Question mark? Apparently, if you copy and paste this, you will have the best day of your life tomorrow. You will either get kissed or asked out. If you break this chain, you will see a little dead girl in your room tonight. In 35 minutes, someone will say I love you. Oh god, that fucking hurt to try and read. I'll never understand the motives of these chainmail ghosts. Like, they seem to conflict with themselves so much. Like, if I do repost this, you are willing to give me incredibly good blessings, like finding my true love, but if I don't, then you'll just straight up kill me? That feels super conflicting. It's very far apart on the spectrum. Apparently, dead motherfuckers operate exclusively in extremes. Repost for God, ignore for devil. If you don't repost, you will die in 3 days. You know, I don't remember God saying that in the Bible. It's a bit aggressive for a New Testament hymn. I guess that is pretty close to some of the shit he did in the old one, though. I love how the person who reposted this did not get a single ounce of joy in doing so. The whole thing is just captioned, I hate you people. Reposting for God. I know these dying things aren't real. He knows the whole thing's a load of horseshit, but he still went ahead and did it because they believe in the good Lord. Some of these messages get really involved for what you need to do for the good shit to happen. Some of these chain letters should come with a link attached to a WikiHow article on them. 1. Kiss to your hand. 2. Say the name of your love. 3. Close your hand. 4. Say the name of a weekday. 5. Say your name. 6. Open your hand. 7. Paste this to 15 comments in the day you said. Step 4. He/she will tell you that they like you and maybe even engages or maybe kiss you. If you don't do it, something will go wrong in about an hour, I guess. Listen, the amount of stuff you gotta do to get the reward compared to the level of bad shit that'll happen if you don't just isn't as worth it anymore. We went from just needing to repost or you'll die to do this 7-step diet plan or something somewhat bad will happen to you at some point. Yeah, like really convincing sell there, buddy. I'm super scared of what'll happen and we'll definitely repost this now. 1. Touch your nose. 2. Think about your crush. 3. Say his or her name 5 times. 4. Then repost. 5. He or she will tell you that they like or love you tomorrow. Okay, but what's even the bad shit that'll happen to me if I don't do that? They didn't even bother to list a consequence. It's like I either have the option to do this stuff or not, and it won't matter either way. It's ridiculous. It's like they don't even bother trying to scare you anymore. It really feels like the quality of chain letters got worse with time. Back in the day, it used to be about the good old scares and getting as many dummies like myself to repost it as possible. Now they don't even make an effort to get people under the age of 12 to shit themselves. This is amazing. Forward this message onto 5 people and within 3 minutes, nothing will happen. I tried it twice and it worked both times. Absolutely nothing happened. This really works. Pass this on. More people need to know. Holy fuck, guys. This might be legit. This dude peer-reviewed, researched, empirically tested it. They did it twice. If this was a properly done experiment, then I can replicate it and recreate recreate the results. I went ahead and did that before I recorded this video, and it was kind of a lie. I got made fun of for wasting space on people's timeline, and I've skulked back to the shadows in shambles. Anyways, that's all I've got for today. That card I mentioned should be on screen now. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on, or you will die in 3 days. Remember, don't go after anyone I talked about today, because this is all meant in good fun, and that would be cringe. This has been Kwite, and I have a confession. This video is just actually me covering my bases. I'm sharing all of these chainmails to all of you to make sure that none of them end up getting me killed. It's your problem now, sucker.